Hey gang, I'm Luke and welcome to Down from the Attic. This episode I'm looking at again a few of you have noticed in the back here and they've asked me if I would do a review on it. So today I'm looking at a classic adventure game. This is Treasures and Trapdoors from Waddingtons. Let's get this weird thing down and have a look at it.
Treasures and Trapdoors, the very first thing you'll notice is that the board is 3D. Well, to a degree. There's this plastic layout, there's this cardboard pyramid underneath with the snakes for the snake pit below, and the main board is above this layout here. There's some real oddities to this game, starting right off with the play pieces. You don't play as a man or a token or an explorer, no. You, dear gamer, are a basket. Seems an odd choice, but this really plays into the game mechanics. You play a baskety explorer who has entered a long-forgotten pyramid in search of the legendary Golden Cobra. But to gain entrance to the inner sanctum, you'll need to collect 3 gems as an offering and collect your hank beforehand. Now, where's the die? Ah, that's right, this is a rare kids board game where there is no die. Movement is indicated by the numbers in this window. There's one on each side of the board for 4 players. Yes, this is a game for 2 to 4 players. I kinda like this system. Can't be called unfair. Players move around the board in an anti-clockwise direction. The only time you rotate the spinner under the board is when landing on one of these spin spaces. So you could be moving your piece around the board for multiple turns before anyone rotates the disc. Players gain gems by landing on closed trapdoors. Yes, there's a real risk-reward thing going on with this game. You can carry multiple gems at a time in your basket, or you can choose to bank the gems by landing on the Ankh square. Remember, you'll need 3 gems to get into the inner circle. However, there's the trapdoors, and they're going to make it really difficult for you. If you're moving and there's a trapdoor that's open already in front of you, you stop. You're not going any further. If you're on a trapdoor as the board is spun, you'll drop through into the snake pit and lose whatever gems you're carrying. It's so satisfying to drop a player through, and it'll happen pretty regularly. So, how do you prevent losing gems? If you land on this Ankh space, you have the option to put your gems into the top of the pedestal in the middle of the board. You can opt to chance it and put them there all at once. Stopping on the square will slow you down getting to your next gem, so there's a pro-con to this. Around the outer ring of the board are these staircases. If you land on one of these, you can choose to move to the next closed trapdoor to gain a gem, but at the risk of falling through the trapdoor. Do you risk it for another gem or play it safe? This is your decision. Players can weigh up the likelihood of a trapdoor opening by looking at the pharaoh's eyes near the trapdoors. They will open and close as the trapdoors do. Half open can indicate whether the door is just closed or just about to open, so you need to pay a bit of attention. This is such a lovely detail to the game and gives it that Indiana Jones booby trap feel. Banking 3 gems into the pedestal, you can then collect your coloured Ankh and move into the inner circle, with the aim to collect the Golden Cobra, and you have to land on the trapdoor to get this. The trapdoors in the middle section seem to open more frequently with less warning, so this can be quite tricky, and of course if you fall through a trapdoor, you lose the Golden Cobra, giving your opponents a chance to steal it. They can also steal it by landing on a trapdoor with a Golden Cobra on too, so there's a lot of back and forth with this game. They'll have to risk their own necks by going onto trapdoor spaces to have a chance. The winner is the first person to make it out of the temple with the Golden Cobra.
So, my thoughts on this game are more or less positive, but with a few little irks.
Firstly, I do really enjoy the mechanism of this game. The trapdoors and the pharaohs opening their eyes is a really neat touch. You'll be weighing up the risk and the reward of chancing a closed trapdoor. The game is simple enough that most people will enjoy it and get the rules and gameplay very quickly. The game looks really good too. It has an excellent table presence and certainly a talking point when playing. The physical action of dropping an opponent through a trapdoor is very satisfying, especially when they're carrying gems. The lack of dice is both a good and a bad thing. Sometimes you're hoping that an opponent will spin it round to a higher number, but it never happens. You're stuck with that move number for a good few turns. There has been times where, playing with 2 players, we've got stuck in a bit of a loop where no one was able to land on a spin square, and that was a little bit of an issue. The pieces for this game are tiny. They are really too small, and I'm amazed that none of them have been lost over the years. The Ankhs are particularly small and fiddly, and ultimately, they don't serve any purpose other than a visual reminder that you've collected 3 gems and are in the inner circle. But doesn't getting the free gems and being in the inner circle do that anyway? The Golden Cobra and how it fits over the basket is again fiddly, and moving your play piece, you'll lift it expecting your basket to come along with it and it will remain there, so you kind of have to hold the basket by the yank to move everything at once. With big fingers, this is a real faff. Another issue is playing with 4 players. We all managed to get into the inner circle, and as soon as you had the Golden Cobra, you'd be dropped through a trapdoor, lose it, another player would collect it, they'd be dropped through a trapdoor, and this went on and on. The sweet spot for this game is 3 players, I'd say. 2 players is fun, but 3 players is the sweet spot.
So, is Treasures and Trapdoors worth adding to your collection? Sure, but it is a flawed game. As I said, it's a very simple game, but the mechanic of dropping your opponents through a trapdoor, it never gets old. And it's a mechanic that makes you want to keep coming back to this one. But just remember to keep those play pieces in a little bag. They're begging to get lost. Well, I'm Luke, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon. I just want to say thank you to all the long-term subscribers who comment and keep me coming back to making new episodes, and I want to say a big thank you to all the new subscribers too. Thanks everybody for keeping me going and supporting the channel. It really does mean a lot. Yeah, I'll speak to you soon.